Yesenia, welcome back to my channel, Budget with Books and Makeup. Today we are going to close out my budget for the month of July. So I've been crunching these numbers all week and I get paid again in 2 days. So I decided to close out my budget today, and then that way tomorrow I can do my monthly budget for the month of August. So if you have forgotten, or if you're new to my channel, I budget differently. So if you are new to my channel, or maybe you have forgotten, I do my budget a little bit differently. Because I am paid bi-monthly from my teaching job, that means I get paid twice a month, every month on the same dates. I budget from the first paycheck of every month to the first paycheck of the next month. So since I get the first paycheck is on the 7th, so I budget from the 7th to the 6th of every month. That only changes if the 7th or the other pay date I get paid is the 22nd, falls on a weekend. So this time, August 7th does fall on a Sunday, and therefore I am getting paid this Friday. That always happens. If it falls on a weekend, we get paid the Friday before. So that's why I'm closing out my budget now, and then that way I can start fresh for Friday. All right, y'all. So as you guys can clearly see, a lot happened this month. It was my birthday month. I went on vacation. Lots of things happened. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the numbers. I don't have the totals just yet. I wanted to do the totals on camera with you guys. My starting balance coming into the month of July was $196.36. My earned income between both my teaching job and my gym job was $4,685.90. My other income, and this income is pretty much my birthday income, all the birthday money that I received this month. And then when I was on vacation, my mom really wanted to buy the lobster, and the lobster is separate. It's not included in the all-inclusive package, and she knew this, and she forgot her credit card when we were at the restaurant. I had mine, so I let her borrow my credit card. Not a big deal. She Zelled me $75 to pay for the lobster, and so that's where this earned income came from. I did not use any savings. I'm pretty certain I didn't. And typically when I do my monthly budget, I don't incorporate savings unless it comes from my immediate emergency fund. The reason for that is when I start adding income, let's say from my sinking funds, my sinking funds are tracked completely differently in a separate transaction log. It honestly just makes my life so much easier because it just really messes up my month-to-month expenses. Like, I want to track my month-to-month expenses. Those expenses that are saved through my sinking funds, they don't happen that often, even though they do happen every year. It only happens once a year. So I just track that separately and I don't include it in here. If I don't use anything from my savings, my immediate savings account, then it just doesn't get budgeted into the monthly inflow. So my monthly inflow for the month of July was $5,497.26. As you guys can see, there were a lot of overages, but that's okay because I had an extra income of $655. The biggest thing was vacation expenses. I was not planning on using this much money for vacation expenses. So this initial $275 was for my mom. Like, I still owed her money to pay for my ticket as well as, you know, the hotel and the all-inclusive package. So I paid the rest to her. And then the difference of $520.65 was all the money that I spent over there when I was in Puerto Vallarta. So yeah, that happened. But like I said, I used a lot of my birthday money for that, so not a big deal. Debt. I went over in debt. I tried to color code them so I can clearly see which numbers, you know, were over and which numbers were under. Debt is something I wanted to be over in, so I made a giant payment to my student loans this month, and then I'm still paying off my iPad, so that's not a big deal. The iPad will get paid off by next March, so I'm not too concerned about that. But I did want to start like making extra payments for my debt. I believe for my student loans. So this month for my student loans, I made an extra $681.19 extra debt payment. And that was actually all an extra debt payment because I don't have to make any payments right now. If I'm not mistaken, the website says my first payment is going to be in October, but I'm still going to be making payments until then. So I went over, which was great. that is an area you definitely want to go over in. Okay, savings. Work. Yeah, that's my Zen membership, so I can continue teaching Zumba classes. Savings, y'all. I severely underestimated my income, and that was because I wasn't sure how much I was gonna get. So for my gym income, it was my gym income. I was anticipating $500, and I knew that was really underestimating. Number one rule for budgeting, always underestimate your income, always overestimate your bills. And that way you were always in the green. So I severely underestimated my income. I was planning bringing home around $500 from the gym. I brought home $672.98. Bam. So I had a lot of money left over, and I was trying to decide what to do with it. And I put a lot of it in savings. So I had already planned to put at least $696.68. And then because of my extra income, I was able to put $1,030 into my savings, which caused an overage. And that is an overage you definitely want to do. Memberships, it went up by 40 cents. And that was because my Scrib membership went up by 40 cents. So, things happen. I was under budget in groceries for the first time ever, since I started budgeting. And that was because I was away for an entire week. So we'll see how I do for the month of August. I have a lot of meat in my freezer that I'm really going to try to utilize this month before I head to Costco and start going crazy and buying stuff. I was under budget in household. I didn't buy that many things. So there you go. Beauty, that's actually $185.92. So that is in the green. So I was under budget by $16.08. Personal, I bought myself a new phone case, and that was my birthday present to myself. However, I did go over budget by $5.99. Not a big deal. Cupcake, I only spent $87.99. So typically what I do with her is, if she has any, because she has two accounts, she has a monthly budget. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Cupcake is my dog. She has a monthly budget of $120, and then she has a separate savings account for vet visits. So if there's any money left over, this is going to go into her special savings account. She has to have a potentially $1,500 dental procedure at some point during this year, so I'm trying to save up for it. Any little money counts. I'm probably not going to put, since I'm saving her, this is in cash. So her emergency savings is a sinking fund, and it's in cash. So I'm probably not going to put that penny in there. But I'm definitely rolling over the $32. Eating out, $46.69. That's because I was out of town. So under budget by $36.69. Car gas, so this is the gas that I put in my car, severely under budget, and that's, one, I was out of town for an entire week because I was on vacation, and two, I'm a teacher, so I am currently on summer break, and I don't teach summer school because I really don't want to, you guys. It's just, no, I did it once and I never want to do it again. I was tired, and then 2 weeks I had to go back to work for the rest of the school year, it was just too much. I also think, what's the point of making all that extra money if I don't have the time to enjoy it? So it's okay. I budgeted out my money. My gym income, it's doing its job right now. So that's good. So yeah, there was $89.11 left over. Unbudgeted, I did have some unbudgeted expenses. Don't worry, that came out of my other income. I bought myself some things from Ross, and I used my birthday money to do that, so that's okay. I anticipate on rolling over $101.94, and that was because when I did the math, because I haven't pulled out all this money for savings yet, so I'm actually gonna go to the bank tomorrow and finish pulling that out. I didn't want to pull out $1, and I didn't want to pull out 94 cents, so I'm just gonna leave it in my buffer. Not a big deal. I'd rather have an extra $1.94 than not have a buffer rollover. Okay, y'all. So here is the moment of truth. I'm going to add up all of these numbers, and I'm going to see if it adds up to my total monthly inflow. Last month, for the month of June, I came close. I was really proud of myself. Let me see, where is it? I was off by $13.51. So what does this number mean? This means that when I was doing my numbers, and I was crunching numbers, this means that $13.51 went missing. It also was saying that I spent, so like this number ended up being bigger than my monthly inflow. So that meant I ended up overspending by $13.51, even though I had a rollover of $196.36. Look, Kamiko Love from the Budget Mom says all the time, like, she has been off by $20 before. Don't fret about it. I was actually really happy with that number because every time I try to close out my budget, I always end up in the hundreds. Like, how the hell am I ending up in the hundreds? It's just, so the fact that when I did my monthly budget for the month of June and I only was off by $13.51, I'm like, okay, you know what? We can work with that. And then it's just gonna get better. It's just gonna get better from here on out. So yeah, I'm gonna add these numbers up and hope that I get my monthly inflow number. Wish me luck. Alrighty, everyone. So I did the math and I was off by $50.22. I re-crunched some numbers. All the numbers came out the same. Don't know where that missing money is. Here's the good thing though. It means that I was actually under budget by $50.22. I don't know. We shall see. So you guys probably like saw